The Netflix miniseries La Palma, directed by Casper Barfod, takes you on a thrilling journey, showing what happens when humans disregard the power of nature. While the storyline might not feel entirely new, it offers a gripping narrative, especially if you're a fan of disaster films. However, it's hard not to wish the series had explored the effects of climate change and the exploitation of nature more deeply, as these issues are central to the plot. Let's dive into what happened on La Palma, a beautiful yet unstable island that was hit by a catastrophic volcanic eruption. The ticking time bomb of La Palma. The story begins with a tragic boat accident on Bonita Beach, where a group of tourists perishes after a gas eruption contaminates the waters. The high temperatures cause the glass underfoot to crack, leading to a painful death for everyone on board. Scientists have long warned about the region's instability, particularly after the 1949 eruption. The Canary Islands, including La Palma, are seismically active, and there's a real concern about the volcano's future behavior. One scientist, a British geologist, even speculated that a massive eruption could trigger a landslide, sending the entire mountain into the sea, resulting in a tsunami. While Alvaro, the head of the local geological department, raised alarms back in 2021 about the risk of a tsunami, authorities brushed it off, keeping him in his position despite the controversy. In the present, strange signs are emerging from the volcano, but Alvaro refuses to act without solid proof. Enter Marie, a hydrologist, who notices an important piece of equipment near the volcano has stopped working. She and her colleague Haukur venture into the caves to investigate. Their fears are confirmed when they discover a massive crack that may extend to the surface. But before they can escape, a sudden eruption of poisonous gases forces them into a dangerous situation. Haukur and Marie barely make it out alive, but the eruption claims the lives of some campers. This incident shakes Alvaro's confidence, and he begins to realize that Marie's warnings might have been right all along. Jennifer and Frederick's struggling marriage. Among the tourists on La Palma is Jennifer, who's dealing with tension in her marriage with Frederick. They've brought their children, Jennifer's daughter Sarah, from a previous marriage, and their own child, Tobias, who is on the autism spectrum. While Tobias's parents worry about him, Sarah struggles with her own issues, feeling isolated and disconnected from her family. The marriage between Jennifer and Frederick is rocky, with Frederick becoming more insecure about Jennifer's newfound focus on health and wellness. Jennifer has begun practicing yoga, meditating, and taking care of herself, which causes friction with Frederick, who feels left out and jealous of attention she gets from others. This emotional distance leads to a confrontation, and Sarah, overwhelmed by family tensions, decides to leave for Madrid. However, things take a surprising turn when Sarah meets a girl named Charlie, with whom she forms a bond. When Sarah's flight to Madrid takes off, she gets a message from Charlie confessing feelings for her, prompting her to get off the plane, only to survive when it crashes due to the eruption. Alvaro and Haukur's fateful decision. As the eruption intensifies, Alvaro urges the authorities to issue an evacuation order, but they delay. Haukur, who is in a coma after the earlier eruption, wakes up to chaos. Rather than fleeing, both Alvaro and Haukur decide to stay on the island. Alvaro feels a deep responsibility for the safety of the people, and though he knows that escape is no longer possible, he refuses to abandon his post. They share their final moments in Alvaro's office, toasting to life with a bottle of wine, before heading to the volcano's ridge to confront their fate. The eruption consumes them as they face the fiery mountain, knowing they will not survive. Their courage and sacrifice go unnoticed, but their resolve symbolizes the tragic reality of ignoring the warning signs of nature. Frederick and Marie's desperate escape. Meanwhile, Frederick and Marie struggle to survive the eruption. Frederick, who had lost all hope, unexpectedly reunites with Marie in Tenerife, and they board a boat in hopes of escaping the island. However, the situation takes a dark turn when a fugitive, whom Eric had helped escape, attempts to hijack the boat, leading to a deadly confrontation. Eric is killed, but Frederick and Marie manage to escape, only to receive life-saving coordinates for a safe zone known as La Caleta. Despite the chaos, Frederick decides to trust the information and tries to reach La Caleta with Marie. Sarah's miraculous survival. In the midst of all this turmoil, Jennifer, Tobias, and Sarah's paths intersect in unexpected ways. Jennifer and Tobias are stuck at the airport when Sarah, who was earlier about to board the plane, spots Charlie. After a brief moment of separation, Sarah and Charlie board the flight, while Jennifer and Tobias are unable to take off in time. However, this turn of events proves fortunate for Jennifer and Tobias when the tsunami hits just after the plane would have taken off, and cracks begin appearing on the runway. They make it to La Caleta just in time to avoid disaster. Meanwhile, Sarah and Charlie survive the crash, their lives saved by pure luck. The final lesson from nature. La Palma concludes with a powerful message about the consequences of exploiting natural resources and failing to respect nature. The tsunami is a wake-up call, highlighting the urgency of listening to the earth and acting before it's too late. As the turtles begin migrating to find safer habitats, a clear connection with nature's warning signals is made. The survivors, including Sarah and Charlie, are left to reflect on their near-death experiences, and though they don't have all the answers, they certainly won't take nature for granted again. In the end, La Palma teaches us that the consequences of ignoring nature's power can be catastrophic, and that we must live in harmony with the world around us.